afternoon everyone, hope you all are fine. This is Rumana Ali. In the last class, I have given a brief introduction about the nitrogen cycle and the steps which involves in the nitrogen cycle. And we have also discussed that the first step of nitrogen cycle is nitrogen fixation, which can be achieved by the three types, and that are atmospheric fixation, biological nitrogen fixation and the industrial fixation. And in today's class, I am going to explain you about biological nitrogen fixation in detail. Biological nitrogen fixation is carried out by two types of microorganisms. As the name indicates that it involves the microorganisms to carry out the nitrogen fixation. So there are two types of microbes. The first is free living microbes and the second one is symbiotic microbes. The examples of free living microbes are Azotobacter rhodospirillum, and Rhizobium and Cyanobacteria can be included or can be taken as examples under symbiotic microbes. So the examples of symbiotic microbes are Rhizobium and Cyanobacteria. This Cyanobacteria are Nostoc or Anabaena. This Nostoc and Anabaena are the cyanobacteria which carries out the symbiotic nitrogen fixation, and these are very specialized bacteria which can even carry out the nitrogen fixation in the free state. These are known to carry out the nitrogen fixation in both in free state as well as in symbiotic state. So let us take the example of Rhizobium, and in today's class we will discuss about the nitrogen fixation which is carried out by the symbiotic bacteria called Rhizobium. When we talk about the Rhizobium, we usually say that it is a symbiotic bacteria which shows its association with the roots of leguminous plant. Leguminous plants are able to show the association with these Rhizobium bacteria. And these Rhizobium bacteria, with the association of roots of leguminous plant, it carries out or it helps in the nitrogen fixation. If it do not helps in carrying out the nitrogen fixation, then it will be in aerobic condition, but when it is involved in carrying out the process of nitrogen fixation, it becomes anaerobic. So the nitrogen fixation requires the anaerobic condition for the Rhizobium. Rhizobium survives in the root nodules of the leguminous plant, and to survive in the root nodules and also to carry out the nitrogen fixation in the root nodules of leguminous plant, they need anaerobic condition. This anaerobic condition is needed by an enzyme nitrogenase, and this nitrogenase is a very important enzyme that involves in the nitrogen fixation, and this nitrogenase enzyme is present in the soil. They helps in making the entry of bacteria into the roots of the leguminous plant in order to form the root nodule. Let us study about the symbiotic nitrogen fixation. It involves various steps, but the first step is formation of root nodule. As I said you that Rhizobium survives in the nodules of leguminous plants. So how the formation of root nodule takes place? So in this step we are going to learn how the formation of root nodule takes place. So this includes some steps. The first is formation of an infection thread. This is the structure of root which shows some root hairs, and through this root hairs the Rhizobium is going to enter into the roots. The formation of an infection thread is going to be taking place with the help of an enzyme called nitrogenase. This enzyme is present in the soil and it makes the bacteria Rhizobium to form an infection thread, and that thread is going to enter into the roots. The second step is curling of root hairs. After the formation of an infection thread, let us take this one is an infection thread, that is nothing but the bacteria Rhizobium. So after formation of an infection thread, the root hairs curl, and due to this curling of the root hairs, the bacteria or the infection thread moves into the root hairs. The infection thread moves in to the cortical cells. So the curling of root hairs shows the entry of the infection thread or the entry of an infection thread into the cortical cells of the roots of leguminous plants. And the next step in the formation of root nodule is bacteria changes into bacteroids and nitrogen fixing cells. This bacteria, when it changes into bacteroids, initiate the division of the cortical cells. When the cortical cells or the pericycle cells divide or multiple, then it forms a mass of the cell, and that mass of cell is termed as nodule, which shows the number of cells and it shows a nodule-like structure, and that is called root nodule, in which the bacteria rhizobium is going to be associate. And these nitrogen fixing cells helps in maintaining anaerobic condition. Now, why we need to maintain anaerobic condition during the process of nitrogen fixation? Because the important enzyme in the process of nitrogen fixation is nitrogenase, and this nitrogenase or the activity of the nitrogenase can be done or it can be seen only in the absence of oxygen, that is in an anaerobic condition. So this anaerobic condition during the process of nitrogen fixation is going to be maintained by these modified nitrogen fixing cells. So this bacteria is going to modify it into nitrogen fixing cells, which maintains the anaerobic condition in the nitrogen fixation. So the first step is formation of root nodule. The nodule is formed by these three steps. By the formation of an infection thread. The infection thread is going to be formed with the help of an enzyme nitrogenase. After the formation of an infection thread, the curling of the root hairs takes place. When the root hair curl, the bacteria or the infection thread is going to enter into the root cells. When it enters into the root cells, it reaches up to the cortical cells. When the infection thread reaches to the cortical cells, it changes into bacteroids or the nitrogen fixing cells. The bacteroids initiates the division of the cortical cells and it helps in the formation of mass of cells, that is nodule. So in this way the nodule formation takes place through bacteroids and the nitrogen fixing cells which are modified. These cells helps in maintaining the anaerobic condition in the nitrogen fixation process. The first step was formation of root nodule. The second step is nitrogen fixation. In this step, conversion of molecular nitrogen into ammonia takes place. And to carry out this conversion, there are some requirements. The first is nitrogenase enzyme. This enzyme, as I have already told you, that it is very essential in nitrogen fixation. So when the process of conversion of molecular nitrogen into ammonia has to be taken place, then nitrogenase enzyme is playing an essential role. The nitrogenase enzyme is made up of two units. The first unit shows the iron protein in it, and the second unit shows iron and molybdenum protein in its structure. This makes up the structure of an enzyme, nitrogenase. This nitrogenase enzyme needs anaerobic condition to carry out the process of nitrogen fixation. And the next requirement which needs to be there to carry out the nitrogen fixation is leg hemoglobin. Leg hemoglobin is a pigment which is present in the leguminous plant. It is pink in color and it acts as oxygen scavengers. As it is acting as the oxygen scavengers, it helps to remove the oxygen present and it provides an anaerobic condition for nitrogen fixation. And we also need some carbon compounds. These carbon compounds binds up immediately to the ammonia after its formation in order to synthesize some proteins or in order to synthesize some amino acids. The other requirement is hydrogen donors like pyruvic acid, glucose and sucrose. These hydrogen donors helps to donate hydrogen in certain reactions of nitrogen fixation. They helps in the reduction reaction of nitrogen fixation. The reactions of nitrogen fixation also requires ATP, that is an energy molecule, to carry out the process. So these are certain requirements in the step nitrogen fixation. In order to convert the molecular nitrogen to ammonia, we need nitrogenase enzyme, which is an iron and molybdenum containing protein is present in this enzyme, and leg hemoglobin, which is pink in color and it acts as oxygen scavenger, it is present in the leguminous plant. Some carbon compounds are also required to synthesize proteins, and hydrogen donors like pyruvic acid, glucose and sucrose are also required to carry out certain reduction reaction, and ATP is involved in the nitrogen fixation. When we see the structure of nitrogenase enzyme, we usually draw this type of structure of nitrogenase enzyme, which shows some active sites, and to this active sites a molecule of nitrogen is binding, and the molecule of nitrogen shows 2 atoms and 3 bonds. When this nitrogen molecule is bind to the active sites of the enzymes, in the presence of an enzyme hydrogenase, the breaking of the nitrogen bonds takes place. When one bond of nitrogen breaks down, then we can see only 2 bonds in the molecule of nitrogen, and by the breaking of one nitrogen bond, the hydrogen bonds can attach to it. Similarly, in the next step, the hydrogenase enzyme helps in breakdown of the other nitrogen bond, and by breaking of this, 2 more hydrogen atoms are coming and attaching to it. Only one bond is left in the molecule of nitrogen, and this is also going to be break down by the activity of an enzyme hydrogenase. When it breaks down, there is no bond present in the molecule of nitrogen, and by the breaking of this last bond, one more hydrogen is attached, and it shows the formation of 2 molecules of ammonia. So in this way, the molecular nitrogen is converted with the help of an enzyme hydrogenase into the usable form called ammonia. Once again, I am repeating the reactions in the conversion of nitrogen into ammonia. When we take the nitrogenase enzyme, the active sites of the nitrogenase enzyme is going to be bind by the 2 atoms of nitrogen. When we see the structure of the molecule of nitrogen, we can observe the 2 atoms of nitrogen which is bonded by 3 bonds. Now, by the activity of an enzyme hydrogenase, the one bond between the 2 atoms of nitrogen is going to be broken down. When the one bond is broken down by the enzyme hydrogenase, the 2 bonds left between these 2 atoms of nitrogen, and by breaking this one bond, 2 hydrogen atoms can attach to it. Then in the further reactions, again the breaking of one bond which is present in between the 2 atoms of nitrogen takes place by the enzyme hydrogenase. After the breaking of second bond between the atoms of nitrogen, again one more molecule of hydrogen is going to attach to these nitrogen atoms. Then similarly, the third or the last bond which is present in between the 2 nitrogen atoms is broken down by the activity of an enzyme hydrogenase, and by breaking of this bond, one more hydrogen atom is attached to the nitrogen atoms and it forms NH3 molecule. We can see the 2 NH3 ammonia molecules are formed by this reaction. This ammonia is going to be absorbed, or it is going to be attached to the carbon compounds, and when this ammonia is combining with this carbon compounds, it helps in carrying out the synthesis of proteins, and the ammonia which is formed in the step nitrogen fixation can be converted into other usable forms, and the conversion of ammonia into other forms we are going to discuss in the next step. If we see the chemical equation of nitrogen fixation, then we can write 2 molecules of nitrogen, 8 electrons and 8 hydrogens or 8 protons plus 16 ATP give rise to 2 molecules of ammonia, 16 ADP, 16 inorganic phosphates and 2 molecules of hydrogen. So in this chemical equation we can see that how the nitrogen is converting into ammonia. Thank you.